There is a huge possibility that inside pro clubs we are actually gonna get a mode called the ones to watch. Are they trying to bring packs and gambling inside the game? Well, the report suggests that this game mode is mostly about gameplay, while there has been so many rumors that it could also be a 1v1 tournament style thing, which is going to be interesting. Pro clubs is going to get a huge change. It is said that it is going to be more managerial based in FC25. A lot of objectives are to do with managing your clubs, overall growing your pro clubs for success. They are trying to bring in some manager mode aspects to pro clubs, which is a very good thing. There is a thing called style in the game. That's why you can implant your own style inside pro clubs, and managerial mode features and elements will be added to pro clubs to make your club more like a manager mode experience, since it requires that it is also a club at the end of the day. So mostly now we can save custom tactics, we can take care of our pro clubs better than before, which is all good. Ultimate Team is getting a Penta mode. What is a Penta mode? Penta is basically a Volta mode inside Ultimate Team, which is a big surprise. Volta has been so bad since they released it back in FIFA 20. Nobody gives a shit about that mode, but now EA is trying to push Volta inside Ultimate Team and possibly linking objectives inside the Penta mode we are gonna have inside Ultimate Team. Volta is completely being removed from pro clubs. Nobody plays that game mode and nobody gives a shit about Volta inside pro clubs. So that's good. They're gonna have their own separate progression system, so it's not gonna interfere like it used to last year. It didn't work out, we all hated it. Now it's gone from pro clubs, thank God. Good decision, EA. Remove Volta from pro clubs. If possible, remove Volta completely from the game. But you can even create a FIFA Street type game mode in that game and everybody will start liking it. Do that instead. Don't push it inside the game. Pro clubs will have many game modes inside FC25. This is a new leak that everybody is suspecting that pro clubs is getting new game modes, basically new ways to play online. Could also be the game modes we already have in Ultimate Team. If they just slot in there inside pro clubs to enjoy, there are new game modes expected inside pro clubs. Pro clubs will receive a total new leveling system in EA FC25. There will be a total revamp of the menu. There won't be a single level 100 inside the game, but there will be more levels to it and something that we have never seen before. The upgrading system of the players is set to be more realistic, which is, I don't know how I would take that, and ranking will be more innovative, something we have never seen before. So they're completely changing the progression system. It's not a 0 to 100 ladder. I feel like it's going to be more attribute based rather than just leveling number system, but we'll see when it comes out. It's going to be more realistic according to EA. There was rumors that pro clubs might be removed from FC25, but it is news now that it is staying, and there is a whole new system inside pro clubs, which is a revamp to the system they had in FC24. So FC25 pro clubs is going to be completely new, and there's also feedback saying that they have listened to the pro clubs community and implemented changes. There is a complete switch around when it comes to tactics inside the game. FC24 has the same tactics system they implemented back in FIFA 19, and now it's getting a complete revamp. It's not the same instructions and player roles that we have inside the game. For example, getting in behind becomes poacher, who runs in behind the game, and there are many other things that are happening inside the squad menus. They're getting a complete overhaul, which I think it was required because the tactics inside the game are very stale. They're not very dense. You can just do a couple of combinations and that's it. There is a news that there is a new pack animation inside the game. The suspected animation is that there is a player in the shadow, then there is a door that opens up. Now that player starts walking out in the corridor and the tunnel and tells you which league. It's very similar to the PES inspired animations we had inside the pack opening section inside Konami's game, but it's brand new and revamped. The current pack opening animation was mostly the amalgamation of the old pack opening animations we used to have over the years, but this seems like this is a brand new system, like players walking out in the shadow and then telling us which club they belong to. This is going to be something very cool actually. I'll be definitely waiting for this one. The new Ultimate Team game mode called Penta has some rules that we already have available for us. It's a 5v5 small pitch, so it's obviously Volta inside Ultimate Team. There are 4 human players, so 4 of them on each team are online players, and the goalkeeper is AI, so you cannot control that, versus 4 human players obviously, and then you can pick a player from your own ultimate team to control as a player inside that match. So you can use one of the players from your own ultimate team. So this is definitely going towards the objectives and rewards which we get. So what will happen is that you pick one of the players from your team, play a Penta mode and score some goals and unlock evolutions probably. There is another news that originally this game mode was called Rush, and the name might change again, so it might not be Penta. So this is something that it has potential, definitely. Like, this is a game mode that I will be looking forward to, seeing how Ultimate Team shapes up with Penta. And since every player is online, then it makes it slightly more interesting. We'll see how it works. It has a completely new rewarding and objectives based system as well, so definitely something new to look for this year. There were rumors about the Brazilian League being added to FC25, which is a very good thing since it will bring back the Brazilian silvers in the game, but it is very dicey right now. The meetings of Konami and eFootball with the Brazilian League are going through, and EA is also trying their best, but there is no solid news right now that the Brazilian League will be inside Konami's game or EA's game. It's a dicey situation. I just hope we get it back in the game. There is some good news. Obviously, it's mostly confirmed right now that AS Roma, Napoli and AC Monza, all of these clubs who lost their license in the last couple of years in the game, are now fully licensed clubs. They're not going to be some generic names inside the game. So no Roma FC, no generic badge, no generic kits for Napoli. So this is something that the Serie A followers have been requesting, and now it is in the game, which is very good to see. There is some leaks that EA are actually in talks to put ads inside their video games in FC25, which is weird. Now there are many thoughts about this. If the ads are on billboards and ad boards, then it's fine, because that's already inside the game since a lot of an old age, since FIFA 98 or something, there are billboards with ads. If this drops the price of the game we buy every year, oh, go ahead, put ads inside the game, we love it. But if this is a YouTube style skip ad thing inside the game, I honestly feel like this is going to be a very bad thing for the game going forward. There is suspected that the instant replay will have so many changes inside the game. We have the same instant replay system since the age of eternity. Even if I go back to FIFA 90s or FIFA 2000s, the instant replay is the exact same. So we will have more control this year. Going into camera angles we can, and we should, because the YouTube scene right now creates a lot of good movies regarding FIFA and football, and getting more custom camera angles is something that will change the control of creativity in the game, and also give you some extra replays from different angles to share online. Inter Milan and Konami are signing a new contract from each other from next year. This means that they will not be licensed inside FC25, but there are rumors that the exclusive licensing is still being talked about, so they might not have generic kits and badges inside the game, but we'll see how this goes. This is still in the talks. There is a new button coming inside the game. It's called the manual through balls. So I think it's gonna be, if you press LT or RT or some button, they're gonna just assign to this, and if you press that, your through balls will turn into completely manual, which is good, which is like a evolved version of the precision pass they added last year. So this is very good. A position change is happening on the fullbacks inside the game. So center backs can also get inside the midfield now. They can also play mostly midfield positions, and fullbacks can also have a midfield spot up front, so they might be called false backs now, which is a good thing. More control when it comes to moving your center backs and left backs up front on the pitch, so they will have more position options on their cards. They are restricting the builds on characters inside pro clubs. So inside pro clubs, there used to be 1900 6-foot giants that you used to face online. That's not a thing anymore. They're going to restrict how much you can make a type of character so that you can enjoy the experience online and not get abused by everybody online. But I don't know how this will work, because we like progression, and restricting progression on top of giving us new progressive systems, this might be a huge issue. EA, please take into account and do this carefully. If you're restricting builds, be more careful about this feature. You might need to remove this feature in your first update or something. A style system inside pro clubs is completely revamped, so they are more balanced now, and certain playstyles cannot be abused inside pro clubs, which is something that they should have fixed while FC24, but yeah, whatever.